Representative Lee Zeldin, a Republican, recently bragged about a new position he has, a new committee that he's gonna be serving in, but he has an issue with another member in that committee. Here's what he said via Twitter: was just selected as ranking member of the House Foreign Subcommittee on Oversight and Investigations. Just learned freshman Representative Ilhan Omar was also put on this committee with oversight of US foreign policy. Crazy to watch what House Dems are empowering / elevating. I don't, but what are they empowering / elevating?
Why is it crazy to watch? So what about Ilhan Omar triggers you?
Yeah, I mean, okay. So Ilhan Omar saw this and she responded, "Don't mind him. He is just waking up to the reality of having Muslim women as colleagues who know how to stand up to bullies. It's gonna be fun watching him lose his marbles."
And I appreciate the emoji there.
Of course, it's fun.
Okay, so the part that I like most about what Representative Omar's tweet was about standing up to bullies, because these guys are used to demagoguery and bullying, and saying, oh, these Muslims, oh yeah, what do it, they're a danger. Louis Gohmert, another Republican congressman, famously gave a speech when Obama was president, saying that Obama is working with the Muslims to reconstitute the Ottoman Empire. They're used to saying insane stuff like that and doing bigotry against Muslims with no repercussions at all, right? So now here's a Muslim woman in Congress saying, oh yeah, say it to my face. And so now we're gonna have issues and I'm gonna stand up to you. And Lee Zeldin and the other Republicans have never seen anything like that. They're like, wait, I'm not allowed to be hateful against Muslims? Like, what's going on here?
These women are fighters and it's wonderful to watch it. It's wonderful to see how savvy and tactful they are in fighting back using social media. And what I also really love is how they don't come at it, they don't come at these ridiculous critics and hateful people from a place of anger. They come at them from a more, I guess, humorous perspective. So they make fun of them because that's what you should do. You should make fun of them. You should make fun of how ridiculous they are. Now, Representative Zeldin responded back with, those poor innocent ISIS fighters and Palestinian terrorists, right? Give me a break. That's a problem no matter your religion or gender, Ilhan. Your anti-Semitic and anti-Israel hate is strong and wrong, and those terrorists have US blood on their hands as well. So, show me where Representative Omar has ever done or said anything that's anti-Semitic. So she might have been critical of the way Palestinians are treated by the Israeli government, and for some reason, that's the one and only thing that no one's allowed to ever criticize that. Because if you do, they'll use intimidation tactics to shut you up, like calling you anti-Semitic.
Yeah, so when they are racist against blacks, Latinos, et cetera, and you call them out on it, they're like, free speech, I'm allowed to say whatever I want, free speech, right? When you say, hey, Ilhan Omar, question whether Israel is really a democracy when they actually occupy millions of people, and those people that they control, and basically, in the case of the Gaza Strip, keep it an open air prison, and I'm going further than she is by calling it an open air prison, obviously can't vote, so is that a democracy? So that's an interesting question to have. So then all of a sudden, free speech is out the door. They're like, anti-Semite, you shut her up, don't let her say that. That's actually true, don't let her say that. And in fact, the Republicans are pushing bills that say that if you support the boycott and divestment movement from Israel, that they will punish you through the laws, which is actually a violation of the Constitution and freedom of speech, because that's the government punishing you for speech. So none of that is anti-Semitic. It is questioning the policies of the state of Israel and their current right-wing government. But I think what he said is way worse than that, because he said these poor innocent ISIS fighters and Palestinian terrorists, right? Wait, when did Representative Omar ever talk about ISIS fighters and saying that they're poor ISIS fighters?
Yeah.
She never said any of that. So why are you putting that in her mouth? So why are you putting those words in her mouth and saying that she's for the ISIS fighters? See, that's because you're a goddamn bigot, and you say, oh yeah, I see a hijab on her, she's Muslim, so I bet she's for the ISIS fighters. No, that's a terrible, terrible thing to say.
No, that's just full on slander, right? You're accusing someone of supporting ISIS when there is absolutely no indication that they support ISIS. He is going out of his way to slander her. And gee, I wonder why. Like, he can't stand the fact that there is a young Muslim woman on that committee along with him. And this is the way that he fights. He fights dirty. And it's amazing because they do it without worrying about any of the consequences.
And he accuses her of a discrimination while being an open bigot in the middle of the tweet. So sorry, Lee Zeldin, you're not gonna get away with it anymore. There's some new cops on the street and they're not like the old Democrats that just roll over, right? No, they're gonna fight back and they're gonna represent people and they're gonna tell the truth. And so if that triggers you and you need a safe space from it, that's your goddamn problem. So you don't like being on the same committee as her? Too bad, get off the committee. The Democrats control the House. They get to appoint anyone they like. You don't like it, get out. 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below, then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.